and welcome back to the channel. Foo, thanks for tapping in. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Flag videos like this.
Хороший мальчик. Не бойся. Тихо-тихо. Вот так. Все хорошо. Познакомься, мой клювик. Красавчик, да? Какой мягкий сегодня. Скажи всем привет. Ну, даже крылья блестят. Пойдем потом гулять, а?
Now, why would you do all this stuff to kill 50 people on the ground? Because the 50 people on the ground were just a diversion. You know why? Because guess who was staying in the hotel at the same time?
MBS.
MBS was staying there. All right, staying upstairs. Now,
Was it the same hotel?
yeah. So check this out. Now, this is the craziest part. So the three girls were what do you call it? Saudi? It's a GIS. The Intel, right? Honeypots,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Probably ex-honeypots, but anyway, they're checking in with him in the hotel, but nobody's talking about that, right? Then they got the 8 rounds of brass in the other room. The room he's dead in, there's no broken glass. The next day when they come back up to do the forensics, all of a sudden the glass is broken that he was laying in. Who broke the glass now? It wasn't broken in the morning because that night they actually have video of the room that he's supposedly in, and the glass is not broken.
Really?
Right? There's more. There's so much more to this whole thing. So here's the other thing. So MBS, his bodyguards are like, we got to roll, right? They roll out the back in the vehicle, and his vehicle shot up, and it's nowhere in the line of sight, a line of fire of the helicopter. It's got another building between us. There was a firefight over on the airport, on the airfield, a small one, and they got infrared video, FLIR footage of 5 packs with weapons crossing the airfield, and they saw people get into a private jet and then take off. So none of this is in the news, by the way, right? Even the news, the cops said, yeah, there were no AK-47s. It was just AR-15 with a bump stock. And I'm looking at the video, go, well, that's an AK-47S with a collapsible stock laying right there, leaning up against that chair. How you come here telling me there's no AK? That's why I was on the show, because I pointed shit out like that. They said there's no AK-47. I said, there's one right there. Mm-hmm. Then they found an entire suitcase full of 30 and 40 round AK-47 magazines loaded in another room. What are those there for? And it gets crazier because later on, they have cops on the back side of the hotel, about a block away. They see somebody coming down a zip line from the back of the hotel, from the hotel window down the back, coming down a zip line into the parking lot.
What?
Yeah, think about that. And the cops are going, well, wonder what that's all about. Wonder what they're doing. They didn't even.
So anybody born before the year 2000, if you take the last 2 digits of the year you were born and add it to how old you're going to be this year, it'll always equal 126. I don't care how old you're going to be this year. I don't care what year you were born. If you take the last 2 digits of the year you were born and add them to how old you're going to be this year, it's always going to equal 126.
Guys, I love you all. Please don't do this in the middle of the night. It's really scary. basically just sit here in silence until I feel like they've probably gone. But yeah.
Time to play some Dracula music or something.
I hope so, but I think it'll take time.
Yeah, obviously everything is kind of moving at its own pace. Obviously, you saw that today.
Is she like an NPC or AI? Like, what is going on?
All right, Michelle, anything else we're missing? Anything else you want to know before I let you go?
Why her eyes keep doing
I
that?
think we've covered it.
I think we have, and I think it's obviously going to change potentially day after day, week after week.
Hour to hour.
Exactly. Well, we appreciate your time, your insight, your expertise. Thanks again for joining us here on Live Now.
So they dared me to stick my tongue on this pole and I wouldn't do it. The bus looking at his ass. Hey, it's stuck. It's stuck for real. It's stuck. Hey, stop playing. It's stuck. It's stuck. It's stuck, man. He got some water. He bogus as
Whatever I thought was going to happen, it wasn't that.
What is a sleeper agent?
A sleeper agent is someone who is taken virtually from birth and trained to be of another nationality. The Russians are very good with sleeper agents. No other country that we know of uses sleeper agents. Let's say you're born in Russia. From the age of 2, they take you from your family with your family's acquiescence, and they take you to an American-style town that they've built out in the hinterland in Russia. They teach you to speak English with an American accent. You watch American TV shows, you watch American movies, you eat American food, you get an American-style education. So I have no idea that you're not American. And then they send you to the United States with a fake ID. I was born in 1964, so they'll go through death records from 1964 and they'll look for deaths where the person was only a day or two old. They'll take that name and the birth date and they'll get a social security card with the birth date. They'll use the social security card to get you a passport. So you come here on your American passport, everything's legit. Now your name is Bob Smith, which was really that baby's name that died. And you get a job. You may work as a travel agent for 20 years and never hear from them, but then they'll activate you and they'll say, we want you to go take care of this target over here.
Kill him.
Yeah. Or we want you to get a job at the Defense Department and give us everything that you can steal. I interviewed a former sleeper from the East German Intelligence Service, raised as an American, sent to New York. He got a job, he got married, and he had a daughter. And he told me, as soon as I looked at her face the day she was born, I realized this life wasn't for me anymore. So they send them an activation. What they do is they'll send you a radio message, a voice just saying 6, 5, 8, 12. That's called a reading from a one-time pad, a message from the KGB to a sleeper. But those numbers don't mean anything unless you have the decryption pad. He gets one of these messages and he didn't respond to it. He was on the subway one day. He's just standing there holding the strap. And this guy came up to him, and the guy grabs the strap next to him and whispers in his ear, "If you don't report back, I have to kill you." He ran straight to the FBI field office in New York, and he said, "I'm an East German sleeper, and I want to turn myself in." And he became a prolific source for the FBI. He came over here young and did this for 25 years. As soon as his daughter was born, he was like, wow, this is what life is for, not being a sleeper.
That's pretty fucking good.
This is in the snow I got from outside. It looks like a tapeworm or some kind of parasite. And this old ass.
Clue where they went. They had other plans. Why would you say it says that no reason? We have to consider all possibilities. Where? Yeah, do what you want. Mr. Purcell.
Yeah, it's still there. Oh, man. What do I do? Oh, this is not good. This is a, oh man, look at that tail. Oh. Oh boy, that's not slowing down at all. I'm hoping this doesn't turn into a big problem here. So yeah, I have been fixing up this old Midas splicer, and I finally got the motor to work, and it's just supposed to twirl space kind of gently, and instead I was left with this vortex. It's like full-on vortex here formed in front of it, and now I don't know what to do. I'm concerned this could leave some lingering damage. We'll keep checking on it. So yeah, follow along to see if I still have a basement tomorrow.
Only in New York, man. Tire shop filled with raccoons. Mira. No, yo no quiero entrar ahí. Ni quiero entrar ahí.
They're the technicians, Papa.
Listen. There's a voice coming from under the floor again. It's cold out here. This hasn't happened in a while. Okay. Close it back. I don't get it. I mean, things were quiet. They're pretty well. They were, you know.
Dude, AI just challenged 100 years of forensic science by proving that fingerprints are not actually unique, and this could now officially reopen thousands of criminal cases. So this is obviously insane because for over a century now, the entire justice system has operated on one fundamental assumption. Every single fingerprint is completely unique on every single person. That is settled science. Except it's not, apparently, because this team at Columbia Engineering just fed 60,000 fingerprints into an AI system. Not to compare the fingerprints from from different people, but to compare fingerprints from different fingers on the same person. Everyone assumed that they would be completely different because that is what forensic science has taught us for 100 years, but the AI found patterns that no one has ever noticed before. It could match fingerprints with different fingers on the same person with 77% accuracy on a single pair, and then much higher when analyzing multiple pairs. Okay. Whenever the researchers tried to go out and publish this in a major forensics journal, they got rejected. The reviewer literally said it is well known that every fingerprint is unique and refused to consider the paper. Except it's obviously not. Experts are literally saying that this could now officially reopen old investigations and potentially exonerate people who were wrongfully convicted based off of faulty fingerprint matches. What?
I see the eyes. Oh my god.
Okay, so you guys have been asking me to take you in the shed and leave the phone in there. And I know it's been a little while since I put out a video regarding the shed, but a lot has been happening and I just truly needed some time. So I took it. But just to show you, it is locked, okay? And I'm going to immediately, no cuts, as per usual. Okay, so we are walking into, God, these dolls are creepy. We're gonna walk in, well, not walk in, but we're in here now. And yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and set this up. You guys got a good view, right? Windows, everything. All right. I guess I'll catch y'all. I'm out.
Don't put me in that shit again. That's your ghost. Don't do that. Ah.
Bro, I don't know where it's coming from. I genuinely, like, what is this? It just keeps going. What the fuck? Oh my god!
If we're not allowed to escape the dome by land, air, or sea, and we know a few people who have, though, what about getting past the dome by deep sea using a submarine? Is this dome a round ball or a semicircle? And if the latter, then there must be a way to get into the Forbidden Lands by submarine, I think they mean.
I think now there is, because the ice wall is dissolving. I don't really feel like it's worth it, to be honest, because we're going to be leaving pretty soon anyway. So a lot of the inner earth beings and the beings that were beyond, they're interested in helping us. So we're kind of going through a huge shift right now. So that's not going to be an impossibility anymore. It's going to become more and more possible.
There's a guy by the name of Andrew Kovacs. Andrew Kovac is the executive, one of the executives and the spokesman for Turning Point USA. Now, Kovac, he basically sends a message to a YouTuber, some random YouTuber. I've never heard of him. This is where it gets weird. The guy gets a message. He wasn't supposed to disclose what Andrew said or what he sent to him. He accidentally discloses this message from Andrew, but the fact that he shows all this showing that Erica Kirk, they're trying to figure out her whereabouts on September 8th. And there's reports of her being seen at Fort Huachuca. She sends a picture saying, hey, I couldn't have been there because I'm with my kids. Sends a screenshot. Mind you, we've never seen Erica Kirk's kids. Puts her finger over the kid's face, so we can't see their face. We don't know what the kids look like. She puts her finger over the picture and sends it, and this is what Andrew sent to the random YouTuber. So Fort Huachuca, it's the home, they call this the home of military intelligence. Now, this place, it's a massive military base where they do a lot of training, over 70,000 acres. So I think that the reason she was there is because of a few things. For one, her mom, Lori Fronsvy. So her company, E3 Tech Group, specializes in a very particular type of weaponry. This place, Fort Huachuca, specializes in electrical warfare. I've also looked into it, and this place is greatly known for being the largest unmanned aircraft systems training facility, AKA drones. Now, what did I say that Charlie Kirk was killed by?
A fucking drone.
A drone.
I'm done with this shit.
It's very dangerous for Big Pharma. And yes, you've been warned. And yes, you're on notice because I'm sick and tired of your lies all the time. Nicotine by itself as a nutrient has 4 times the amount of anti-inflammatory benefits than any singular inflammatory reaction. So if you're living with chronic migraines, arthritis, anything that ends with itis, I-T-I-S, that means inflammation of, nicotine turns it off. And Alex, people around the world walk up to me and my wife Jane and go like this, Dr. Ars, I saw your presentations on nicotine. We decided to buy nicotine patches like you said, and we cut them, as you said, I tell them all to cut them into 1 milligram sizes.
Okay.
And then you slap it on the joint.
That is causing
the
issues.
arthritis joint. If it's this joint, put the nicotine patch right on there. If it's your hip joint, stick it on there. If it's your knee joint, stick it on there. Alex, people around the world walk up to me, clamoring off of stages I come off of, in line for hours, wanting to just cry to me to tell me that within 48 hours of putting a nicotine patch on any joint that they've had arthritis in for years, all pain gone within 48 hours, just like you said. Well, I didn't say this. I'm just repeating what the scientists have all known for decades and have published, that your medical professions weren't taught in med school. You're not being told in the mainstream media. Nicotine is also published to be a curative agent for ulcerative colitis, which is a autoimmune digestive disorder,
right,
where they actually cut out parts of your colon when they say it dies. It is published that it can cure that.
He decided to leave us in a truck and run away.
I don't hear a lot of people talking about that private jet that crashed this weekend. So a private jet crashed in Maine this weekend, killing 7 people. And on that private jet was a couple of people from a very unlike law firm, Arnold and Itkin. And if you jump down a rabbit hole and find out what cases Arnold and Itkin had, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. See, I'm going to say a couple of things without saying them. So this fatal plane crash happened during a snowstorm. And of course, we all know that was a horrible snowstorm. But it's a couple of things that don't make sense with this accident and crash. Again, 7 people lost their life. I need you to remember this. These people was from a Houston law firm. These people had very high-profile cases. And in these high-profile cases, they came out on top big time a couple of times. And just recently, they started picking up clients that were complaining about a certain group of people. I'm not going to say it. Think Minneapolis, Minnesota. Think all of the things that's been going on lately. So they take on these clients, and this is who they're so-called fighting against now. And now let's get back to the plane crash. Word is, in the cockpit, before that plane crashed, a voice could be heard saying, "Let there be light." Oh, and last but not least, all of this happened on runway 33. Remember the number 33. I'm out.
You grew up in this cult ran by Malachi Z. York.
He has all these books about the white devil and just how you should live your life and us being like the superior race as black people. And when I grew up, it was a lot of like, if you don't do X, Y, and Z, you're not gonna get on the ship to be taken off the planet when shit hits the fan, you know? That's one of his teachings. Don't ask me where we going, because I couldn't tell you. My stepdad, he was the one that was really big into it. He would always talk about these pyramids in Georgia. He would go out there all the time to the motherland. He would always wear his garbs and walk around with incense.
Yeah.
We couldn't have friends. If I made a friend, they were going to sell our body parts at a black market or to the underground reptilians. And
That's what they're telling you.
And my mom would spy on me at the schoolhouse and make sure I wasn't talking to nobody. We had to fast even while we were at school. Even now, my mom will come to my house and she'll see some foil inside the vents and be like, "Is that a camera?"
Damn.
It's a little crazy.
The idea that your local Freemason lodge is running the world is a low IQ conspiracy theory. If we were to construct a true secret society iceberg, Freemasonry wouldn't even pierce the water. At your average state college, you will find way more powerful fraternities, with big social networks and alumni connections. Next, it gets actually secretive in the initiatory sense. The SRIA, the OTO, the original Victorian-era Golden Dawn. Next, you will find your Harvard Finals Clubs. These are Ivy League secret societies where you might find your next senator or official ambassador. Then we have the Yale secret societies like Scroll and Key and the famous Skull and Bones, where you might find the next president. Finally, you have your ancient and royal orders, like the Knights of Malta. And at the very bottom, the royal orders, like the Order of the Garter and the Order of the Golden Fleece, where you will find kings and emperors.
That's Brokeback Casino, and we're all going to pretend they're gambling.
Neo, you have outdone yourself.
What do you mean?
This is wild, dude. She knows what you're thinking.
Oh my god, the eyes.
I mean, the eyes, the cranium.
Your eyes look like they're popping out.
They're mine?
Yeah.
So are yours. Where was that?
I don't know.
Y'all, look what I just found. An abandoned resort casino hotel. Let's go inside. I don't know if y'all ever played that game Tomb Raider, but it feels just like I found something in Tomb Raider. It's so crazy to see stuff like this. It almost feels like an underground temple that you weren't supposed to see. Wow. Y'all check this out. Just made it inside the theater. Look how much dust and asbestos is flying in front of my flashlight right now. My God. but the theater is absolutely gorgeous. And look, to top it off, we found the projection booth right there. Y'all, this is the lobby right here. This is absolutely giving me tropical vibes. Check it out in the back right here. Look at all the murals where the desk check-in would be. And this, all right, you got to use your imagination, because this, I'm pretty sure, I'm almost 100% positive, all through here was the casino part. Talk amongst yourselves. Let's go in the other room, watch this. Now this used to be the snack bar back here. Look, let's go back here. I'm going to show you what's up. And I'm going to call this the tennis ball casino because there's nothing but tennis balls in here. Look at them all. They're crazy. And look, we got a cute little snack bar. You got to love that. Got a little hamburger and french fries and a Coke right there. I feel like that right now. I'm so hungry. Cute little snack bar. Check it out. I just found a fitness room. We have an elliptical machine right here. Chest press. I think that's for your glutes. All right. And then we have the elliptical right here, a little running treadmill. Y'all, so we just discovered one of the bedrooms. Check this out. I think this might be one of the suites. There's no furniture left over, but look at the wallpaper. I love the gaudy wallpaper. Could you imagine there probably used to be 2 twin beds here, and then probably a twin bed or maybe a sofa right here. Hello? Anybody in there? What the fuck? What is going on? Dude. What? Hello? Wait.
Anyone there?
Why is it doing that? Hello?
Oh. Yo, all the doors.
Wait, all the doors are doing that. What in God's green earth?
Dude, that sounds like the garage. Wait, the noise of the door sounds like the garage.
Maybe we should get out of here.
Yeah, let's go.
This is 6 feet long. It is 7 days old. Again, from the Florida fog, we took a spore. That fog, the smell bed, we took a spore. We grew it on slides. All this happened in 4 days. They are growing like crazy. You need to see the playlist below. They're flying without wings. I don't know what's going on.
Hold it! Hold it! Go! Move now!
And bro is stuck in war zone.
Y'all think your basement's scary. Look at this shit I gotta go to every night with a baseball bat. So this is my staircase going down to the basement. Through this door. Now, you can pick either side. This is where my laundry is, and I gotta check this corner. Look at this. And then I gotta do my laundry in hopes that nobody's behind me. And I gotta do it quick. I've never been in this corner, okay? I don't even know what's down here. There is a door over here that I refuse to go in, okay? I don't know what that door is. I'm not going in it. You don't know what a scary basement is until you've been in mine. But now I run. Scariest basement ever. I'm just saying. Somebody show me a basement that's scarier than mine.
The Immortals. I was talking with Liz Collins from Alpha News, and she just said something to me. She's like, you ever looked at cardiac arrests involving Somalis? She's like, I was talking with Minneapolis police officers, and none of them ever remember responding to cardiac arrest, aneurysm, stroke of a older Somali person. 100,000 people out there. The odds say that some of them are going to have heart attacks, and then the police or the emergency services are going to be called to respond. There's some natural deaths happening from medical events within the Somali community that are not being reported. If grandma's got subsidized senior housing, an EBT card, and Medicaid benefits, and you report that she's passed away, those benefits get shut off. What are they doing with the bodies? My mind goes to the facilities that they have for processing meat. This is a security camera footage from outside a Somali market. He comes out and he sets something on the ground. It's his arm, and it became no longer connected to his body, and he's walking out to go get medical help. He claimed that he was chopping up meat at this market, and
fell into the saw and chopped his own arm off.
A deadly virus with no cure is causing countries to roll out COVID-style airport checks. The Nipah virus can spread from animals to humans and currently has no vaccine or proven treatment. Nearly 200 people have been quarantined in India after 2 confirmed cases in West Bengal, and several countries across Asia have tightened border controls to prevent its spread. The virus is considered high risk by the World Health Organization, with a death rate ranging from 40 to 75%.
Bro, this is some shit out of a movie. It's over.
There, tell them they're doing a bad job.
No way did the US military just do a Maduro in Scotland.
2 people have been abducted from Scotland in the middle of the night. Our sovereignty has been violated, our courts have been defied, and a foreign military has abducted 2 people from our territory.
Yeah, so earlier this month, a Russian-flagged oil tanker was seized as it was traveling through the waters between Iceland and Scotland. And in a late-night hearing on Monday, the court ruled that the ship's captain and the first officer must be kept in the UK under Scottish territorial jurisdiction. And this was actually at the request of the captain's wife, Natia, fearing that her husband could be abducted. However, the very next day, he disappeared. It was only after Scotland's prosecution office revealed that at about 3:04 a.m. they received an email from the US Justice Department informing them that they went on board and are now in possession of both the captain and first officer. Nice of them to email though. Now the Scottish Greens Party co-leader was furious, saying that the Scottish and UK governments need to respond to this, and even suggested evicting all US troops from where they're based in Prestwick Airport. Now the US have responded to these claims, saying that their arrest was lawful and that the men will now be brought to the United States to face prosecution in a US court. But what do you guys think? Should Scotland be pissed right now, or was this arrest fair game?
I want you to listen to this and then tell me what you hear. Okay, ready? Okay. What do you hear?
Alien, like,
just like robots, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna play you another sound. It's gonna change you forever.
Okay.
Ready?
It was a sunny day and the children were going to the park.
Okay.
Okay.
Because you heard that,
Yeah.
I'm gonna replay the other sound.
Okay.
And tell me what you hear.
Oh!
You hear the voice now! You hear the voice now!
How do you know I was just manipulated?
That was the original audio.
Oh, that was the. Are you sure?
That's the
though?
original audio. I can play the beginning.
Let me try it again.
Okay, ready? Okay.
I hear it.
And you hear it.
I hear it. I
and you can never not hear it anymore. So what this does, it changes your brain because it gave you more information. And now you're subconsciously listening and it's hinting at those noises for you to listen.
Crazy.
Now, this is where it gets scary.
Okay.
Because that's exactly what's being played to us every single day.
What
with
you mean?
Music, with news, with media.
Let me talk to you guys.
What's up?
Yeah. Ask me questions about things that are going on around here, but you're not from here. Is there a reason for that?
Wait, how do you know that?
Small town, man. Very small.
Okay.
Well, yeah, we were just asking questions about the Black Pine Forest. I don't know. Is that, are we like not supposed to be doing that?
Yeah, like.
Folks around here don't like digging up stuff that needs to be left buried.
Oh, okay.
Left buried? What do you mean by that? Like, there's something going on? Don't want to spook you or whatever, but there's a reason why the mountain's the way that it is.
Oh.
Black Pine's always been wrong. People get on up there, vanish like smoke.
Like
come back the same way if they come back at all. Dude, that's crazy. What the heck?
Okay. Well, what have you seen up there? How do you know about this?
I'm from here. I've lived here my whole life. I know there's stuff up there. There's a thing up there I've seen.
The sword? He's like, yeah, saber. I said, what does that stand for? He goes, synthetic, astrobiological, extraterrestrial races. Don't ever ask about it. And I am telling you, do not ever bring it up on any of your podcasts or whatnot. And I don't want you talking about other species other than the Greys. And if you stick to the Greys, you will be safe. No one on the internet has ever said this before. And I'm like, okay, what is he? He goes, and I will tell you. He goes, if you want to make a general drinking his coffee in the morning spit up tell them this. The new designation, this was 3 years ago, the new designation of aliens is Saber. I'm like the sword? He's like, yes, Saber. I said, what does that stand for? He goes, synthetic, astrobiological, extraterrestrial races. He goes, now he was telling me this.
I'm saying, for me, the only valid argument other than it being real is some insane psyop. And that, to me, is just as valuable in this context, because what are you covering up? You know what I mean? Like, why would you spend so much money in psyoping people into thinking aliens are real? What are you actually hiding that's worse than aliens? And so, yeah, that's just the only point I wanted to make there. Obviously, a real alien is much more interesting.
It bothers me more because you're taking my tax dollars and making a hoaxed video to deceive me. Even if you think you're preparing me, you're taking my tax dollars. I worked my butt off my entire life, and you're taking my money and creating a hoaxed video and deceiving people. I understand you want to prepare us, but you're deceiving people right there.
You know, I don't know what end.
To me,
I don't know what end that is.
Bizarre. Thank you for bringing up the conclusion of my no. I completely agree that, and I hope people appreciate this, that after all of this money and all of this time, I can conclusively say that this was filmed by the government, whether it was a psyop or whether it was an actual extraterrestrial.
On today's episode of That's Suspicious.
That's suspicious.
When I was watching the Golden Globes, the only thing I could think is that Leonardo DiCaprio looked like Jack Nicholson. So I started down the rabbit hole. Did you know that this is who Leonardo DiCaprio says is his dad? This is a picture of Jack Nicholson's son. Here is some pictures of Leonardo DiCaprio and Jack Nicholson. Now, did you know that they were neighbors so close that they could walk to each other's house? When Leo was little, he used to go play over at Jack Nicholson's house. Jack Nicholson gave him advice on acting, gave him advice on women. Leonardo DiCaprio's mom would have been exactly 30 when she got pregnant with him. So, after digging deep into the internet, I find out that she once said in an article that was not Leo's biological father, but that she met him when she was pregnant and they were married. So, who is Leo's real dad? I think he needs an ancestry test. What do you think?
Just wanted to remind us that due to inclement weather, church tomorrow is canceled. Get your ass out the camera.
We'll need a full sermon of explanations.
Okay, so this is something literally insane that I just learned today. Did you know that your smart TV is taking a screenshot of whatever's on your screen every half second and sending it back to the company? And now there is a massive lawsuit behind the entire thing. This is literally insane, and most people, including me, didn't even know that this was happening. A lawsuit just revealed that major TV manufacturers have been using something called automated content recognition, or they're calling it ACR for short, but it spies on everything that you watch, and I mean everything. They're saying that this is how it works. Your software takes a screenshot of your TV every 500 milliseconds, which is twice per second, obviously, and it sends it back to the company. They're saying that of course it doesn't track just what streaming apps you're on, it captures everything on your screen. This means that if you connect a doorbell camera or a security system to your TV, they see it. If you cast photos from your phone, they see it. If you plug in a gaming console or a laptop with HDMI, they see that too. The companies that are under this lawsuit right now include Samsung, Sony, LG, and 2 different Chinese manufacturers, Hisense and TCL. Obviously the TVs that literally everybody has, but a court just granted an emergency order to stop Samsung from collecting this data while the case continues. The potential penalty for this entire thing is up to $250,000 per consumer for collecting illegal data. This entire thing is ongoing right now, so I don't have an outcome for you, so you're gonna have to add me if you want to know what happens.
Well, let me guess, y'all, this is all just a coincidence. This picture right here. The 2 teams that's in the front is the 2 teams that's going to the Super Bowl. This picture was made back in September, but the NFL is not scripted. Fool, they must think we slow. Look at this shit. Sam Darnold, Drake May, Seahawks, Patriots, Super Bowl. Already know people gonna be like, bro, it's just a coincidence. You reaching. Yeah, alright.
What they're about to do with Cabby Lame is pretty scary. So you may have heard that this week he sold his business to a company based in Hong Kong for just under $1 billion. And that sale includes Cabby's brand, commercial activities, and even intellectual property. But the part that not enough people are speaking about is that this deal also includes his Face ID, his Voice ID, and even behavioral models. This is so that the company, which now essentially owns him, can create an AI digital twin for content. In fact, they even include the sentence multilingual cross-time zone live stream e-commerce content. So bro's gone from speaking 0 words to speaking every language 24/7 non-stop. And I mean, this is unprecedented. Cabby is now the first major creator to sell their likeness for mass AI replication. But here's the scary part. The company claims that through purchasing Cabby's likeness, they will be able to generate more than $4 billion in annual sales. For context, Beast Industries, Jimmy's company, was forecasted to earn $899 million in revenue for 2025. And bro's by far the largest creator in the world. So how the hell this company expects to make 4 times that has got me worried. How much AI Cabby Lame are we about to be flooded with in 2026? The question is, should more creators be cashing in and making deals like this? Or has Cabby made a big mistake?
Like most of us. Okay, wait. Technically, we are 4-dimensional, but we preserve 3 dimensions, spatial, and 4-dimension could be anything from time to space, from time to even this concept of thermal heat, of even energy, light, thermodynamics, and even how physics works, and even black holes. All those add up into 4-dimensional space.
Yeah, so like you and I, we have a mind or a soul or a spirit that could access this higher dimension.
Yes, but we cannot access 5 dimensions, 6 dimensions, all the way to 11 dimensions.
Why not?
But so we can only access the 0th dimension, 1, and the 2nd dimension, and the 3rd dimension, and the 4th dimension, but we can only see 3 dimensions.
Why not? I mean, why not? I mean, like, for example, do you read the Bible?
Yes, of course I read the Bible. Know the Bible and other books because the Bible is too famous.
Yes, too.
If we teach ourselves, we can access this 4th dimension. But if we are type 3 civilization, we can access the 5th dimension. Type 4 or civilization, the 6th dimension, and so on, because the Kirchhoff scale ends at 15, but it's so common for the normal average Kirchhoff scale, 5 levels, and we are on level 0.75.
What? How many levels of civilizations does exist on the planet?
0.25. No, 0.75 is our average Kirchhoff scale we are in, because level 1 civilizations is more overpowered than what we would get in 10,000 years. We'd have to make technology for 1 million years to get type 1, and billions of years for type 2, type 3, and trillions of years for type 4. Type 5? Unaccessible. It would take quintillions of years by the time you get to type 5 civilization. The universe would already be dead.
Ooh, I love this, but I move too much in my sleep.
We do not live on Mother Earth. We live on Mother Land. Mother Earth is the female. The divine consciousness split in 2. That is a feminine nature because she falls into Mother Nature. That's what life is. The other half fell into the fetus, which is Mother Seed. That's where life comes from. When you put them 2 together, it created Mother Earth. That's the XX chromosome. That's the XX chromosome. The divine fell through the feline. That's what they call Moses' staff, the feline. She has a feminine. She has a fetus. She is a female. You gotta understand that man shoots death into the womb. The woman gives that death life. Mother Nature is where life comes from. That's an X chromosome. He sits in the uterus. Mother Land is the womb. So you know the other X is Mother Earth. Mother Earth and Mother Nature. Man is the reason we can die today. He shoots death into the woman. She gives us life to experience. She is the creator. Man is the created.
And that's a wrap for tonight, fool. I hope you enjoyed it. If so, don't forget to hit and smash the like button for me. Smash the subscribe button, be part of the family. Remember, stay woke, and I'll catch you next time.